I'd like to take just one quick thought. We mentioned during the Stations of the Cross that it was the custom for the Romans, once a person was crucified, to leave them there. And they would die over a period of time, usually at least a couple of days they would be on the cross. And if you would come by, you would find these crosses with some people dying on them, some people dead, bodies being picked at by birds. You'd see bones at the bottom of it. You'd see maggots. It would be just a horrendous sight. And if you would look in the early church, you would discover that crosses do not exist in the early church for about 150 years. And the very first cross ever done is probably about 60 years after the death of Jesus. And it's a cartoon ridiculing Jesus. It's a man on a cross with the head of a donkey. And it's a thing ridiculing Jesus. But Christians did not pick up the cross for about 150 years. And then the cross gradually came into use in the church. And it's very interesting that if you would look at the image that the Jews and the early church had of the cross, it's very obvious why they had nothing to do with it. All the early images of Jesus are of a good shepherd. But as time goes on, the cross becomes central and powerful as a symbol. And if you ever get a chance to visit the Vatican galleries, you can see crosses in the Vatican galleries that date from the 2nd century, that date from, just a couple hundred years after the death of Jesus. And you look at these crosses, and an amazing thing has happened. These crosses are all jeweled. These crosses are gold and silver. These crosses are carved out of ivory and ebony. They're the most magnificent things you've ever seen. If you look around the congregation today, I'd be willing to bet that at least half the congregation are wearing crosses. And the crosses you're wearing are gold and silver. They're jeweled. They're beautiful. They're fantastic pieces of jewelry. The most beautiful pieces of jewelry you see today are oftentimes crosses, covered with different colored stones and all kinds of things. They're absolutely gorgeous. And I think one of the great lessons of history, the difference between that bloody, repulsive piece of wood and the jeweled cross that you see a person wearing today is only one thing, and it's the touch of Jesus Christ. Anything Jesus touches becomes automatically precious. And that's why you and I await in our own lives the touch of Jesus Christ.